Well, I like going hunting, just me, my hound, and my gun. Chasing them deer, rabbit, and squirrel, now that's my kind of fun. I like going fishing too, I'll go on any whim, looking for the big bass, the crappie, and the brim. Just give me a wide open field to walk through. Give me an ocean so deep. I want to ride the longest river in the world, or maybe climb the highest mountain peak. Like going down to the fishing hole, my buddies and me and my old cane pole. Bait them hooks and wet them lines, it's a life I love so fine. It's almost supper time, you'd think the world was mine.
And now for today's outdoor adventure, here's Archie Phillips.
Alan, where'd you take me off to this time?
Archie, I think we've gone down on the old Leroy right here. I mean the Tarpon, excuse me. And this is a 160-foot long ship that was built back in around 1887. And the thing's, I think it sank in around 1937. Been down a long time.
I guarantee you it's been there long. I tell you, it's been a favorite diving spot for years too, I think. I know one thing, it lays right because they tell me it's sitting on the hard limestone there, so it
yeah,
keeps...
we're in about 90 feet of water here is all too. This is a shallow dive. I've stuck a flounder with my big gun there while you were looking around.
You got off and we recaptured him around there on the back, so I want you to look at the fishing line in there. Goodness sakes, folks.
People have been fishing on this rig.
Look at that oyster fish right there. That's an ugly thing, ain't it? Look at that thing.
Looks like a bulldog.
Yeah, and look at the warts. Just look at the line on it.
I think they've been fishing this one a lot.
And well, you know, these old wrecks, they have an awful lot of fish. Just look at the bait fish. Now, that's why a wreck draws fish. It's just got so much food on it, eh? Well, it's the dinner table for everything in the ocean out there.
Right. You got everything's there.
I just want them folks to look down through there. Now, we were going to run a little dive down through here to see what kind of spearfishing there were on it, and most of it, especially on this particular dive, it's one of the, I guess you'd call it one of the more scenic dives. Nearly everybody that comes into the Panama City area wants to go on this one, and they want to go on the Empire Mica.
Right.
And
this was my first dive on this wreck.
Yeah. Look at the fish. Now, them little old blacktail looking things are what they call ruby-lip grunts. And we'll be down there and you can hear them grunting all the time that you're down there.
Hundreds of them there, yeah.
They're right in here somewhere, Alan. I got one of them old double. Oh, there's your boiler right there
right.
From the ship. I got one of them old double hook bottom rigs in my fin.
Oh, no.
Yeah, hook right in the fin. And you know, you can't reach around too good with all your diving gear on.
Right.
So you want to be sure you keep your knife there handy where you can reach up there and snap that down when you do get a little hungry. What are you up to there?
I must be looking under there for lobsters. I never pass up a place where a lobster can hide. Well, I found a shell.
Do you bad about collecting those shells?
Yeah, I like to pick them shells up.
I know you got a real beautiful collection up there. And is there a certain place you look for them things, Alan, or they just
not
keep your
really.
eyes
You just
open?
have to kind of keep your eye open. I'm bad about passing them up.
And now, give us the scoop right there. Now.
I'm checking that computer out right now, see how long we've been down and see how long we've got left.
Yeah.
I keep an eye on that thing for us.
Now, on these deeper dives, we really got to be, look, now here's two fish. I want to show these folks this. One of them, that's his territory. You watch what he does. That other, he's fixing to run him out. He's either bedding or something right there. And that other, see that other trying to sneak in there? See him right yonder?
Yeah.
Watch this.
Ooh.
See him get? Look at the camouflage on that flounder now. If that ain't the best, he looks just like the bottom of that boat. You see that, Alan?
Yeah, I can hardly see it.
Now, flounders in the fall of the year, they will come into these wreck sites, and you can go in there with now we're using your JBL, your big gun, just as kind
I'm
of
just poking them with
poke spear, but what I mean, you
Right.
really need your little poke spears for your flounder, and you can just string them up on there like crazy, and they're really efficient that way too, aren't they?
Yeah, this is a little bit slower, but it gets the job done. Since I only had one big gun with me, we didn't have much of a choice.
Yeah. And that's the bottom end out there.
There's
Look at that
another
look at
flounder.
camouflage on that one. Now, boy, he is really. He went
can't
on
see
over.
'em.
Yeah, he went on over there, but he ain't gone far. There's a moray eel
Moray, yeah.
slithering across there. You're not scared of them things, but I'd be afraid one of them things would bite my arm off. Where you go up to them holes and monkey with them, I ain't gonna do that.
I've never had one bother me. They'll bite at you, but I've never had one bite me.
Well, you liable to get one in there that had a bad day and get messed up heavy duty. Now, Alan, when they come along and with like our BCs, those are excellent for your control of your weight down there, aren't to keep your balance.
I went back and got another flounder.
Oh boy, yeah, that's that we missed a while ago, wasn't it?
Or a different one. This thing is covered with flounders.
And they are excellent, excellent cooked. Either bake them or you can fry them just like anything else.
Yeah, I love to bake them.
We'll tell these folks now this is one of the advanced dives out here, and be sure to contact your local dive shop and get them people to train you, instruct you in the pool, in the classroom, and everything before you attempt these deeper dives like this, or any dive as far as that's concerned.
Right. And spearfishing is not for everybody, Archie. And, and you don't just jump in the water and do it. Now, I've been doing this over 25 years, and it takes a lot of practice.
And you know, the thing about it is with spearfishing, what I really like about it, Alan, it's like hunting, it's like swimming, it's like skin diving.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like all your sports combined, exploring.
Right.
Gosh,
yeah.
I love to explore these old wrecks and go in there and your mind just plays tricks on you. Say, oh, I wonder what happened when that went down. Now that's your dive computer checking it once again, because we've had, now that's the nice part right there.
Right, it does the thinking for us.
We're at 72 feet and it got 27 minutes left, and you know, so we're gonna take it on up. We got some other dives we're gonna make right here.
Yeah, we got plenty of safe time left, but we're just gonna move on to another spot.
I don't know what was in that hole. You were just checking it out, I think, more or less. But oh yeah, now we've done moved
Little
to
shell, little conch.
Yeah, we're on the Fountain Blue Reef off of Panama City. It's a close-in reef. And some gorgeous angelfish right
Angelfish,
there.
yeah.
What are you mostly looking for right now, Adam?
Checking for lobsters under this reef right here.
And there are a lot of lobsters out here at times. And of course, lobsters like gold, they're where you find them, isn't it?
Right. There's a big sea turtle.
Oh, yeah.
We swim right up on it.
Now, these old turtles, anywhere that you've got generally wrecks or good reefs, you're going to find those old turtles there. And some of them get real big. I don't know what that weighed, probably 100 and something pounds, wouldn't
Oh,
it?
yeah, they're just like a bunch of pets. They're protected and you can't bother them. You just kind of look at them and enjoy them.
Look at the barnacles on his back right there. And here we're going down on another dive in that area right there. This looks like we're in around stage 1 off of Panama City there. And just look at the cigar minnows there. That place is covered
thousands of them,
up
yeah.
with bait.
They were so thick you couldn't see through the water.
Well, I know there was a time or two I couldn't see you for the fish. No, this is a strength. That's what this is right here. This was a wreck that they carried out there. And I don't know whether the Navy sunk this one or not. It's a ship they put out there. And it's one of the real favorite dive sites, because it's not so deep that a kind of a beginner diver can get on it.
Right. Yeah.
And he's not going to get in any trouble on it. And it's just loaded with fish, and not a lot of big fish on it, but it's what we call a hatchery. It's got those little old fish
It's
coming.
a beautiful dive anyway.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Look at how the incrustations have got on it the way it went down. The whole bottom side is just like a great big car. Now look at there. Just look at all those fish across that thing.
I don't think we speared any big fish off of it, but it was still a beautiful dive.
Those little ones that are a little bit on the pink side are all vermilion snappers. They're all about 1 year from being legal size.
Right.
And it is just a total hatchery for that particular species of snapper.
Be good in a year from now.
Oh, Lord, yeah, that's just, you can see there must be tens of thousands of them on there. And I see you're checking out the bottom side of this wreck, see what we got over there. And those little striped ones are what they call a ruby-lipped grunt. Now they're on lots of wrecks. You'll see that grunt out there. See the little black spots on his tail there.
Right.
And there we're dropping over and looking down in the, I guess that would be from the bottom to the top right there, because that's the bottom that's upside down there, I believe it is. Adam.
Yeah.
And so it was just a real nice little old dive. We just thought we'd go out and show the folks what it looked like, and didn't do no spearfishing on it, because like I say, there wasn't a lot of
Nothing legal on it.
nothing legal on it. Now
This we're on stage 1 now.
Yeah, now this is an interesting site here. The Navy built this thing way out there in the ocean, and I don't know whether they was looking for German subs or observation or weather or what it was for, Alan, but it's like an oil rig stuck out there.
Yeah, it was like an old big oil rig. I used to dive it before they blowed it.
And what we were looking for, it is notorious for great big barracudas. And this is the bottom. I forgot what your bottom depth is.
Oh, it's 110 feet right
110 feet. And that's the debris on the bottom. And of course, there's some snappers and some smaller fish right there. But we're coming up on a cross member. I just want you to look at the multitude of fish on this thing. And right above Alan's head, y'all got to look close. There is a monstrous barracuda.
Yeah, he
there
just
he is,
wouldn't let
right
us
in
get
the
near
corner.
him. Yeah, you barely can make him out.
And he paused there a minute to let me get up there where I could see him, thinking that I hadn't saw him before he made his shot.
Now, I don't get a shot at this one.
Yeah, but he's so big, he's
There
black.
he goes.
Look at
He's
that
leaving.
thing. Oh, he's a monster of a barracuda.
Yeah, and he gets hit in those fish, and we can't find him again.
And but I believe that one he's had a lot of experience with spearfishing because he's on his way out. Alan, this is a gorgeous dive here, and it's a real fine place for folks that like to spearfish. And
Yeah, we're back at home now. We like these rigs.
tell me where we're located at.
We went out of Gulf Shores here, and this is about 40 miles out on an old oil rig. Now this one it's an active rig, and as you can see, it's just full of fish.
The oil rigs, I know there's a lot of environmental concern for them, but they are absolutely the greatest fish attractors that you could ever put in the ocean out there, because I don't know what it is about the way them legs come up. These fish just like something that sticks up off the bottom, don't they?
Yeah, and you see, as soon as I got in the water here, I had a nice amberjack. We wasn't in the water maybe 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah, I see you at breakaway heads all the way on the other side of that fish. Now, there you're working on your BC, aren't you, Adam?
Right, I'm bringing this one up, and we was probably 70, 80 feet deep, and I bring them up into shallower water to take them off, and that saves our bottom time.
And you've got to use that BC control there to get you on up, but you don't want to go up too fast either.
No, I just don't want him to pull me back down.
Yeah, there you go. And now these rigs are loaded with amberjack particularly, and snappers,
Amberjack, barracuda, yeah.
hardtails, you name it, they're on there. We see some fish on it, we don't know what are they. Every one of these little cross members on these things have their own little ecosystem, and you can look at one little place, and there'll be queen angelfish there, and there'll be first one thing another. They're totally encrusted, as y'all can see there, and so everything around them, the little planktons and little fish get there, and boy,
I'm chasing the barracuda
yeah,
now.
there's a fine one right yonder. I mean, there's a fine.
There's some big barracudas on
That's
this
a bad
rig.
angle, ain't it, Alan?
No, that's a bad shot.
You want to turn around or come in shot, and that's what you want right there, isn't it?
Now I'm gonna get him when he turns.
There you go.
We got him.
Now, that's not a graveyard shot there.
No, it's not.
Man, he's gone. Look at that thing go.
It was a long shot.
Yeah, that would be another 6 inches. That you wouldn't have got him at that distance.
Probably not.
And you want to hold till you get, you got a good deadly shot on him before you take it too. Now, they love to go on them rigs, don't they, Alan?
Oh yes.
That's where he's headed. Look yonder.
He wants to go wrap around something where he can cut that cord.
And you've got to corkscrew around. If he goes around, you got to go just as fast as he does, ain't you?
Yeah, I think I'm a little bit outside the rig here, so he don't get to wrap.
Now, are you working your BC on up right there?
Yeah, I'm starting to bring him up again.
Yeah. In other words, by looking at our little Orca computer there, we can know what our tolerances are down there, and we just keep working up to the shallow water. It gives us more and more footage to save our bottom time when we need to go back, don't it, Adam?
Right.
That's a good shot on that one right there.
Yeah, he's fighting a little bit, but not much.
Alan, most of these barracudas that we take off there, of course, you can hand pick them. There's so many on there. What would you say the average weight of these big ones are that we take off there?
40 to 45 pounds.
In other words, they're full-grown barracudas.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they live off of all those, you can see them little planktons and stuff in the water that the other fish live off of. And of course, we're out there with them, and it's just gorgeous. The visibility. Now, we're about, I'd say we're 30, 40 mile out there, maybe further than that.
I think we're 40 miles out.
40 miles out.
Yeah.
And of course, we're in an area where the closer in you get, the more the water gets dingy. So you've got to kind of get out on your outer edges of these rigs. And there's about there must be 1,000 of them
Look
out
at the
there.
teeth on that barracuda,
Oh,
Archie.
man, yeah. I kept thinking that dude's gonna ride over my way, and I got a big old camera in front of me. That's the only thing I got to keep him off of me. I had one nearly ate my arm off there. We was filming down through there, and we've got our camera down to a pretty small camera. We've got it encased, and so what we did here, Alan has been spearfishing for years. He's won many spearfishing contests, and I said, Alan, let's go and do some videos out there, and let me just follow you around. That's what we did. I just stayed just right over your neck, right over your shoulder half the time, and I know it kind of crimped his style, but you
Slowed me down a little bit, but it was
down. I
still.
want you to look at the size of that barracuda. I mean, that is
That's a
a
good one, yeah.
monster. And those little beams that stick out are just right to sit on to hold him down with, aren't they?
Right.
Alan, all them ghostly looking little old fish back there are called look downs. I guess they call them that because they look down. I mean, you know, there's a jillion of them. Look at all them things out
There's
there.
thousands of them in the water by us there.
I don't believe they're as thick as a sheet of paper, but they were just everywhere.
Now you need to see this.
Yeah, you done snuck up there and got now that's JD there, ain't it?
Yeah, JD done snuck in there and shot a big amberjack for us.
That's JD Dunlap right there. He was down below us there. Look, look what I found while you was up there.
Yeah, you had to come and get me on this one. That is a big snapper. It doesn't look that big right there.
But it was a fine one, and of course the legs of this thing is in about 175 foot of water, and we're staying up above the bottom there. But every now and then they'll just ease up there middle way, just see what's going on, and he just came right up from nowhere. And
Right.
you got your hands full there, hadn't you?
Yeah, he's pulling me. He doesn't look like he's that big, but he's dragging me around.
Now you waited as long as you dared wait to fire on that thing, didn't you?
Yeah, and he was kind of leaping away from me, and he was going into that dark water, so I had to go ahead and take the shot.
You see, you got that cord around them pilings there, Alan.
It's a good way to lose him.
Man, I held my breath. I said, don't let that thing get loose. He's dragging it on the piling now. That's all you can do to keep it off of there, isn't it?
Yep. And he's down in that dark water, and I can't see him hardly.
Yeah. Oh, I tell you one thing. He is a hoss of a fish. Look at that gorgeous
Tell
thing.
a little bit more about him now.
Yeah. Now that wasn't a particular shot that you really liked to make on that
No,
one,
he
was
was
it?
leaving, but he was headed toward that dark water, and it was one chance. Is all we had.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you folks something. This is some more snapper right here.
That's the biggest snapper I have ever seen, Archie.
Yeah, it is gorgeous. And the nice thing about these oil rigs, it don't make any difference which one you pop under out there. I
You
mean,
never know what you're going to see.
one of them might be full of sheephead. The next one might be full of snappers that run 3 to 4 pound, and then the next one might not have a legal size snapper on it,
Right.
but it might have amberjacks as long as me and you are. You just never know, do you? Don't y'all look at that thing. Now, what you're doing now, that's deep water in there. You're trying to get on back.
Yeah, we're
so
trying to take him toward the top.
and keep that bottom time so you don't get any
Right.
bends or anything from that deep water there. But that is a gorgeous fish. I mean, you got him on up. I had to hurry to catch up with you that
Yeah.
time. Look at that thing.
I see something bad wrong. The spear's not all the way through, Archie.
No, he's not all the way through. But like I say, that was a bad angle. You couldn't help it. You just had to get what you got. And what you're going for is throat there now to get your hands in there.
Trying to.
Trying to. Now they're hard to get your hand. Look.
Archie, he pulled off.
Look, everybody, hold your breath. Hold your gun is unloaded. Alan's panicking. I'm panicking. Watch this. If that wasn't a great end round receive of a red snapper you won't ever see. What are you doing?
I
Bear
have
hugging?
lassoed him.
Are you bear hugging him out?
I'm bear hugging him and bringing him up.
Folks, this was a tense moment in time right here. I was up there trying to get the film, and I could just see that snapper going into that dark water on the bottom, and there's a little mud layer down there, and once they get in there, you can just forget it, because you're not going to be able to see
If
nothing.
he'd have made it back there, we'd have never got him.
Would have never got it. And so have you got a good grip on him now?
I got a bear hug on him now.
Bear hug on him now. There you're working that BC, I see.
Right.
Working it on up.
I'm going to get that one to the top.
There you go. You ain't gonna let him loose either.
No, not again.
But then we're just eating. Now you still, Alan, when you shoot a big one, you've got to watch that coming up business, because you can get excited and come out of there too fast.
Now
can't
you can see the size of this one, Archie.
Yes, sir. He is a monster, just a gorgeous snapper. And Boy, you talking about some good eating now. You ain't gonna beat that big devil right
That's
there.
full of steaks.
Oh, he's gorgeous.
Alan, I thought we lost that one. The AD down there run him up off the bottom. And Dick, he shot him with this big old Magnum 450. Must have made a good shot because I'm down there filming. And guess what happens? The fish gets off.
Oh, boy.
Oh. And then it runs out there. He hit him a good lick. And he's 30 plus pounds red snapper. Just a gorgeous snapper. It's rough as a cob out here. I guess this is gonna be our last go down, but we got him, and Alan lassoed him. He brought him on in, and we want to thank you from out of Fort Morgan Marina. I mean, it was marginal day. The water's still real. We were looking at 8-foot seas, but we had a great time down there, Dick, and we appreciate you running him up there, JD.
Yeah, real thick down there.
I had to go back and get Alan. He was going after a big old barracuda. I had to go get Alan and take him back down, and there he was. And he made a wrong turn. Right.
Last mistake you made.
Last mistake. Well, fellas, I have had a great time, and Dick, we're gonna have to crawl in today, ain't we?
I think so.
It's real rough out here, so we had a good time on this old rig. We're about 35 miles from Grand Isle. We left from Dolphin Island, Alabama, came across the Mississippi water, and we just been dropping in on different ones of these rigs, and they all got fish on them. They all got nice fish on them. This one had a lot of amberjacks, barracudas, and this gorgeous red snapper. Right. Good job, everybody. Let's crank this thing up and do our job on back toward the camp.
Put him to bed, boys.
Put him to bed.